Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sprout Podcast. Today's the Friday podcast where we're going to talk about anything college football related and just give my opinions and thoughts about it. So today I'm going to be ranking the top 5 rivalries in college football. So to start off, I'm going to give what I think makes a good rivalry. So you guys all know what criteria I'm ranking these based off of. So, what makes a rivalry? I think, the hatred the fans have, you got to hate the other team. Your rivalry's got to have great history, so, really great. It's been going on for tons of years, hundreds of years even. So got to have great traditions. So what teams do before each game or after the game or anything like that. The teams both have to be pretty good throughout the years that they play, so, and then also kind of following off that, the impact it has every year, it has to be important to the college football. And if it's not, then it's doesn't really matter. And I also think that it should be noted that if you're an SEC fan, you may not like this list. I'm just going to get it out there. I think a lot of those teams in the SEC have way too many rivals, and not just one rival. You can't be a rivalry with more than one team and make the list that I'm making. So you have to have an exact set in stone rivalry that you absolutely despise. Not in a lot of SEC teams' cases, a few teams that you just don't really like. So if you don't see your rivalry, then that's why. So I'm getting that out of the way. So, some people might not like this list, but that's just my opinion, okay? And that's what I think. I don't think those are really rivalries. And at number 5, I have Notre Dame versus USC. They've always been really solid. USC, amazingly historic program. I talked about them in my other video a few days ago, so you guys should go check that out. Notre Dame, amazing history as well. Really great talent. They've been going at it for hundreds of years now. Or not hundreds, but a while now. And, yeah, it's just a really solid rivalry. I just think sometimes it can lack a little bit of importance. But don't get me wrong, it's still a great rivalry. It's a top 5 rivalry for me. That's why. At number 4, I have Alabama versus Auburn. This is going to be controversial, but I really just don't think it's that amazing of a rivalry. Don't get me wrong. It's an amazing rivalry. It's been going on for a ton of time. The two teams hate each other. And it's pretty much one of the only SEC rivalries, except for maybe Ole Miss and Mississippi State. That's they have a dead-on rivalry. Alabama and Auburn hate each other. And I just think in recent years especially, it's kind of lost its importance. I think Auburn sometimes kind of sucks. No offense, but they aren't that good. So I don't think they can be a top 3 or top 2 or top 1 rivalry in college football. I just think, they need to have a little bit better importance. And I feel like Alabama kind of dominates them recently in the past 20 years or so. That's what I think, at least. And I just think there's better rivalries on the list. And I just think there's nothing too special about it, to be honest, compared to these other 3. So that's why I have Alabama and Auburn at number 4. And then number 3, I have Texas versus Oklahoma. I love this rivalry because they play it at a neutral site. And half the stadium is in orange. Half the stadium is in red. Or maroon, and it just is a cool environment, man. It's so cool to see. When you see the stadium, half Texas, half Oklahoma, it's a perfect half. Also, it's crazy. I don't know how they do it, honestly. It's just so cool to watch, and they have great history. It's always important. Texas really great, Oklahoma really great. Just history and overall team skill, making a lot of playoffs and stuff. And I just think it always is important, which I like. Who doesn't know the Red River rivalry, man? It's just iconic to me. And I think it's got to be top 3 just because, like I said, history, the teams are always great. The fans absolutely hate each other. It's really bad. And it's been going on for so long, and it's just it has to be top 3. They're always good. It's always a great game to watch. So number 2, I have Army-Navy. That could be controversial. Some people might have them at 5. Some people might have them at 1. I have them at number 2. I just think it's a really solid rivalry. and it represents America really great. That's honestly the thing I like the most about it. It always represents the USA, and I think that's really cool to watch. They always have their own separate day to play it. They have all the, obviously, military personnel just in the stands, so it's really cool to see that in their uniforms and stuff, and they hate each other so much, man. It's crazy. They literally hate each other a ton. Like, I can't even explain it. They don't like each other. It's historic as crap. It's always a fun game to watch once the college football season's come to an end. It's not always necessarily the most fun to watch, but they have very unique offenses and defenses, and it's just fun to watch that, I guess. It's a little bit different, and, there's just a ton of things I could yap about. Like, every part of the rivalry is really solid, and I think it has to be number 2. It's just iconic. Like, if you don't have Army and Navy in your top 5, then what are you doing? And I just think it's always fun to watch that after, like I said, college football is kind of ending, so I think it's really fun. And then that makes the number 1 rivalry Ohio State versus Michigan. I think you guys knew I would say that, but it has to be. Like, there's no doubt. The players of both teams don't even say each other's names. That's how bad it is. Coaches hate each other. They have countdowns in their training facilities until the day they play the game. It literally has its own nickname, The Game. It's the best rivalry. I don't think you can debate that at all. If you disagree with that, then you're just not smart. And that's not even Ohio State bias. Like, it is quite literally the biggest rivalry in all of college football, and there's no debating. The history of it is insane. The teams always fight hard against each other, no matter what they're ranked. It's always a tough game. Even the past few years, like, it's generated more money than any other game in the season. It's usually really important, and that's very evident, like, especially in these past, like, 3 or 5 seasons. Yeah, like, every game is so important, and not just for the fans that absolutely need the win to, like, live, but the teams usually need it too, because if they don't win, they're probably not making the playoffs. In a lot of scenarios, both teams are undefeated, and whoever wins that is making the playoffs. So it's just always important. They both have amazing stadiums and traditions. It has to be the best rivalry, and I don't think there's really any debate about it. So if you disagree, you're just dumb. I'm sorry. The other 4 in this list can be interchangeable, but this one has to be number 1, They just absolutely despise each other. Like, there's no other way around it. When you think of rivalries in college football, you think of Ohio State, Michigan, late November, and toughness and stuff like that. And just always being a good game. So that's my top 5 college football list rivalries. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you agree with my rankings, because I think they're really good. But if you disagree, let me know, and I'll just see if I can get by your rankings also. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, bye.